All right, you ready to learn about science? You can call me Professor, driving you mad with science. For a big underground lab, my mad scientist laboratory. Lots of parking spaces. All my assistants have got the day off, so I can just go wild with my experiments here today. It's deep, deep underground, where all the mad scientists can roam free. And we can eat lunch. So I'm wearing my science glasses today. Let me put on some science music. I consider that to be science music. Even though I don't imagine the Beastie Boys got good grades in science class or in any class. Now we're going to get into some real science fiction because she blinded me with it.
With the science!
This is all your fault. And you know what's coming? Yes, Mr. Roboto. Sounds like you're sailing away. Is this Mr. Roboto? Mr. Roboto.
You're wondering who she or my
Secret? No, I know you got a secret. No, you got a secret.
What you see?
Now what you say?
Weird bed, and you're very scientific about your weirdness. Now go to Kansas, and in Kansas there's a lot of smart people. I was born in Kansas, and now here's the band that was named after the place I was born.
Yeah, it's official. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Who are they singing about? So let's move on to the next song. But if you know who this song is about, I want you to write a complete report.
So you're smart.
Okay, not an outline. I want a complete report. Okay, now here's something that must be reported upon because the firm is radioactive. And science has figured out that it's not good to be radioactive.
Total photonic reversal.
But apparently, Paul Rogers thinks it's sexy. For some reason, he thinks being radioactive is sexy.
Turn me on tonight.
Radioactive. Radioactive.
I want to play with you. And I know to concentrate. Don't be distracted.
Don't you be distracted. Turn him on tonight with your radioactive. Radioactive.
See, he thinks it's sexy to be radioactive. And if he's a true science professor, he thinks things like that are sexy. I don't know. I didn't know Paul Rogers was that kind of guy. I never saw him over at Caltech before, but I never saw David Bowie there either. And we're going to do a song from him, Life on Mars.
So go up a small bed to the girl with the mousy hair, to the seat with the clearest view. Oh man, let the devils came and go. Is there life on Mars? Mickey Mouse is run on the cow. It's a freaky show. Oh man,
I like that damn Bowie song.
because it's the freakiest show.
So here's another song about Mars from a band with a very sci-fi name, UFO. This is Martian Landscape.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
It's been a long way from the red
a good song about going to Mars because it paints the picture of what it'll be like when you get there. But we're going to see that on the rover. I know we're not doing the rover from Led Zeppelin because that's not a science song. Not even science fiction. It's about roving in a whole different way. But when they get up there, I don't know, maybe the rover will like that song and play it as its theme song. I don't know if that's going to actually happen. I don't know if people at NASA listen to that kind of music or not.
Yes.
They probably listen to Thomas Dolby though.
Yes.
Because they're blinded with science. But they did, supposedly anyway, take us to the moon.
Yes.
And you know who went up there too? That was Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. And he did a moonwalk while he was there.
Well, how about that?
And he wrote a song about it. Moonwalk. And you know who else is walking out there in space someplace? Pink Floyd, of course, but we're going to do the Voivod version of Astronomy Domain. Song, but I don't. Now we're in astronomy class, and I want you to open your books to the Blue Oyster Occult Chapter on astronomy. But their theories are oftentimes incorrect. But it's all theory. It's all theory anyway. Even in astronomy, many of these things are theoretical, like blue shift and red shift and all these other kind of shifts. But this is the Blue Oyster Cult shift.
Just down there on the beach, and you want to know where winds come from. Hey! The nexus of the crisis and the origin storms. Hey!
I hit the button by mistake. No. Yeah, all right. Black Sabbath, Into the Void. Another one back going into space. What other sciences are we going to delve into on Los Feliz Boulevard? We're going to turn from Central onto Los Feliz. Because in science, we have to notate everything. So write that down, get the coordinates as we move on to the next secret science.
Enjoy your
Of KISS! Because KISS knows the science of X-rays. I don't have, you ever own those X-ray eye spectacles, right? They're all trippy and they got a little hole in the middle and you hypnotize me with them. I don't have those, but KISS stuff. X-ray!
Here's your big surprise.
Don't you dare lie to Gene Simmons, because he knows he's wearing them glasses. I remember I ordered some of those ones from the back of a comic book. It's like, oh, I gotta get them. So now we're okay, we got 2 more songs left to go. 2 more science experiments left. We're not going to be dissecting any frogs today. But that's not cool, because I don't like dissecting dead frogs. I never had to do that in school, did you?
Yeah.
This is just wrong, I don't like it. I never had to do it though, they never made us do that. Okay, here we go. We got a very important scientist that has written many books and done some very breakthrough experiments. And his name is Dr. Funkenstein.
I know.
And he's going to show you exactly what he came up with.
They say the bigger the headache, the bigger the pill, baby. They call me the big pill. Dr. Funkenstein. This is the bone transplant.
Hip bone connected to my thigh bone connected to...
I get so hung up on bone.
So hung up on bone.
Dr. Funkenstein here.
Funkenstein, your funk, hear the whale. King of the funk, yeah.
From the mothership. The last leg. Of the P-Funk.
The people. Ba-da-da-da-da.
So we got one more science experiment to do here tonight before we let you children go home and write a report, a very long report on exactly what you learned here in class today. Your final science experiment of the evening comes from Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis. And his news is that he's developed a time travel device, which means he told you yesterday, but you're just finding out about it now. Tell us your news. One more street to go after this. No! I'm almost there! Ah! Dang it! I didn't make it. I didn't make it back in time. Oh no! There's that street now. Oh well. Huey Lewis made it there before me, but he's got a time machine and I've just got a car, and this is not a DeLorean either. Wish I had a DeLorean. How many of you have ever ridden in a DeLorean? I want to hear about it if you have.
Doc,
I would like to own a DeLorean, especially one with a flux capacitor.
DeLorean? The way I see it, if you're going to
You
build
guys
a time machine,
are my flux
why not do
capacitor,
it some style?
because I go back in time with you every night of the week, and it's great. And I love you for riding with me and making all my science experiments a resounding success. So thank you, I love you, I will see you tomorrow with a whole new experiment. Good night. Oh, I forgot to call roll. So I'm gonna call roll now, and if any of you guys went home, you will not be marked as present. So hopefully you didn't leave class yet. Thank you, you are dismissed.